So this is your Warhol 4-up. Do not panic because you're going to be making one, and then I'm going to show you how to adjust the settings to make the other three without doing all the work again. All right, so we are going to use Photoshop, and you are going to start with a new composition. We want it to be 5 inches by 5 inches, so we're going to make it square, at 150 pixels per inch. So make sure your settings are right here, 5, 5. This says inches. 150 is your resolution, and our resolution should be in pixels by inch. Once we have that, we're going to say create, and you get a nice little square box. Okay. From there, you're going to go place your photo. So you're going to go to File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to bring in my picture, my original picture. Okay. I want it to fill the screen. So if I need to, hold down Shift, and I can scale it without it distorting her. Okay. So there's my original photo layer. So I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to turn my original off as my backup. Okay. The first thing I want to do is I want to desaturate her. I want to make her black and white. So if I go up to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, you're going to live here for a lot of it. Take your saturation all the way down. Now she's black and white. So depending on your photo, if you need to adjust the contrast, when you make it black and white, it looks almost a little too gray. I can come up here and adjust and go back to my brightness and contrast, and I can boost the contrast. See how my background's a little different now? Let me turn that off. So more grays, more darks, right? It's more crisp. Next step is we're going to posterize, which that's how we get that look of the separate tonal areas being distinct. So I'm going to go to Image Adjustments. There it is. Posterize. Now, if I set this at usually at like a 9 to a 12, depending on the photo, see how it's showing me the highlights in sections? That's what a 9 looks like. There's what a 10 looks like. So a 10, I've got at least 3. I might try 10 on this one. I think I like the 10. I like 10 better or 9. I'm going to go with 9. Okay. What I'm deciding is I want to have at least a highlight, a mid-tone, and a shadow layer. Okay. So when I look at her face, I've got right here, here's the highlights. There's a mid-tone, or this could be my highlight layer, mid-tone, and then a darker shadow. So now I'm ready to start colorizing. So I'm going to rasterize my base layer here, and I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to colorize the whole layer. So I'm going to make this whole thing. I'm going to go to Hue and Saturation. I'm going to tell it to colorize, and I'm going to make all of her the turquoise color. If I want it to be brighter, I just boost my saturation. Okay. So now I have the blue version of her. Right? Duplicate it. Let's make a pink version. Image adjustment, hue and saturation. I can adjust this hue till I get a nice pretty pink. There's the pink. And I'm going to do it one more time. So you guys can see I'm going to do a yellow. Make sure you hit the colorize button. And I'm going to get in here and get a yellow. Yellows are harder. I'm going to boost. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to start cutting out this layer so the other colors show through. Okay, so if I start with the blue, I want her face to be blue. So I'm going to get my select tool and I'm going to select her face. There we go. There's her face. And I'm going to cut it out of the pink. And I'm going to cut it out of the yellow because I want it to be blue. I'm going to select her neck. Same thing. I'm going to cut it out of the yellow, cut it out of the pink because I want to see the blue underneath. Okay. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my eraser. I'm a little big. Hold on. I got to erase the yellow. Erase what's yellow. And then I'm going to go in and erase the pink. If I have any little touch-ups I need to do down here. Put there. You can touch that up. Okay, so if I look at this layer by itself, this is what the yellow layer looks like, right? I've got all of her face cut out. Clean that up a little bit. Okay, if I look at the pink layer, same thing. Whole face is cut out. If I need to clean up a little bit, I can clean up a little bit. And then the blue layer is completely intact. Okay, so when I turn all these on and stack it up, now I've got multiple colors. So if I want the pink to be her background, right, I got to cut out the background off the yellow layer. So I'm going to go to my yellow layer, select the background. If it won't auto select, you can just use a quick select. A little bit of her jacket. I got to back it off her jacket a little bit, and her hand. And then when I hit delete, it'll get rid of the yellow. And now I have the pink as her background. Her jacket is yellow. Her face is blue. Okay, stacking up, I want her shirt to be a different color than her jacket. So I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to go back up to my image adjustments, hue and saturation, colorize. I want this one to be more of a deep blue. Okay, and I only want what is her shirt. So I'm going to select it, select inverse, deselect. Oops, cancel. Okay, so now I've got my objects colorized, right? So if I'm happy with this, this is one version, right? That's one square of our 4-up. I do want to save because it doesn't auto save. So I'm going to save as last name, Warhol, A. All right. I'm going to put all of these into a group. New group from layers. Okay. So there's my group. Okay. I'm going to duplicate my group. And then I'm going to merge my group. Okay. Now, when I adjust this one, if I go to adjustment, hue and saturation, I can just move this hue slider and it changes everything. Okay. So now I've got two different versions. This is where her face is green. this is where her face is blue, right? Pink background, purplish background. And I just do that 2 more times until I have 4 different versions. And then we're going to put them all together. So I got 1. Let's duplicate that again. Image adjustment, hue and saturation. I want one that has kind of a yellowy background, so I can just kind of play with this until it's where I want it. And if I need to boost colors, and let's do another one. Sorry, oh wait. All right. So I have, let me duplicate that one again and merge it just so you've got it. Duplicate. All right, so I have a pink, I have a purple, I have a yellow. Let's do one that's kind of greeny on the background. There we go. Okay, so there's my 4. I'm going to get all of these. I'm going to hit Command T. And shrink these down to 50%. Didn't want to do it. Okay. I'm going to hack them off from each layer. Turn this off so you can see it. I'll just take the green one. And then I'm just going to line these up. There's one there. Nope, I got a little left that I forgot to cut off. Put this one up here. Cut off the excess. And if they're just slightly too small, we can just Command T and cheat it just so. And then I have it ready to go. The only thing I would need to do is add my signature to it. Slide that over because so then I'm going to grab a type tool, black ink, and whatever my signature is. I like mine on an angle. And then it's ready to export and turn it. Because I've signed my work. I have all 4. And it's ready to turn it. So I would do File, Save, File, Export As, choose JPEG, high quality, export. And then you would upload both those to Teams.